The interesting rate of billions of sperms that try to reach a finish line, but only one can go closer to the end. When it reaches the peak conception, half of man's and half of woman's chromosome merge from a child. From a new human existence in a single story that comes together when one egg starts a story about all of us. The prenatal phase,
Prenatal
which occurs
stage.
before birth and the crisis the embryo development from conception to birth, is the first. Three stages are germinal, embryonic, and fetal, and including growing to a seed. The zygote begins to divide and makes its way down the fallopian tube to the uterus during the germinal stage, which lasts the first 2 weeks. The zygote divides into two cells, 4, 8, 16, and more at the same time. Cell division occurs rapidly when the zygote travels from the fallopian tube to the uterus. The cells form the blastocyst, which consists of 3 layers, each of which develop into a separate structure within the body. When implantation is successful, hormonal changes stop a typical menstrual cycle and cause completeness into the embryonic stage, the mass of cells known as embryo. From the beginning of the third week following conception to the commencement of the embryonic period. When the mass of cell resembles a human, the embryonic organizations plays an important role in the development of the brain. Over the next few days, more H-frame and interior and ill and empty tube are formed. Once this tube is completely formed, cells begin to form nearer to the center. During the third month of gestation, the sex organs begin to differentiate, and by the end of the month, the body and structure begin to form. During the period from 7 months until birth, the fetus continues to develop, put on weight, plant for life outside the womb, and the lungs begins to expand and contract on planning muscles for play.
Infancy stage is the second stage of development according to Sandrock. It starts from birth up to 2 years old. It is the time of extreme dependence on adults. Babies during their first year of life is called lap baby. They are called lap baby because they cannot walk yet and they always sit on their caregiver's lap. When babies reach their second year of life, they are called toddler. This is where language development happens. In this age, they will start to utter one-word utterances called hollow phrases. Formative years is called in the first 3 years of the baby. Under this stage is the attachment theory of Dr. John Bowley. It is where an emotional bond is formed between the baby and their caregiver. The bond formed between the two has a tremendous impact to the baby. Babies who have formed attachment with their caregivers were more likely to receive comfort and protection, and they are more likely to survive adulthood. Temperament is your baby or child's behavioral style. It determines how they react to situations and how they express and regulate their emotions. Separation anxiety is the fear that a baby or young kid feels when their caregiver abandons them, such as when they drop them off at daycare or go to work. Separation anxiety causes babies and toddlers to become more clingy than usual, and they may weep when their caregiver leaves.
The third stage of development is called early childhood, and of infancy to 5 to 6 years old, or a preschool years to grade 1. At 5 to 6 years, expect strictly emotions, independence, friendships, and social play, plenty of talk, improved physical coordinations, and more. It is a time of tremendous physical, cognitive, social, emotional, and language development. Young children learn to become more sufficient and care for themselves. Develop school readiness skills and spend many hours and play with
Middle and
friends.
late childhood. Middle and late childhood is a stage of ages between early childhood and adolescence. Children enter this stage at the age of 6 and exit at the age of 12 years old. They master the 3 R's, which are the reading, writing, and counting. This stage has the ability to control their emotions and also their actions. Body growth begins to slow down. They are already learning to interact with other people and make friends. At some point, they gain new knowledge. At this stage, they are inquisitive about things and become creative. They are quick to rejoice even if they only achieve small things. It also improves handwriting, dressing alone, and learning how to eat by itself. This stage also shows the existence of quarrels between a child and their playmate or classmate just because of small incident. It also shows a person noticide and their curiosity toward something that it doesn't know yet or is just new to their sight. Children begin to develop their own identity.
Adolescence.
Start 13 to 18 years old is a transitional stage of physical and psychological development adulthood. Begin with rapid physical changes, dramatic gains in height and weight, changes in body contour, and the development of sexual characteristics such as enlargement of breast, development pubic and facial hair, deepening of the voice. Puberty is the time in life when a man and a woman become sexually mature. Woman. The first sign of puberty is usually breast development. Then hair grows in pubic area and armpit. Menstruation or a period usually happens last. Men. Puberty usually begins the testicles and penis getting bigger. Then hair grows in pubic area and armpit. Muscles grow, the voice deepens, and facial hair develop as puberty continues. Gonads. Both men and a woman have gonads. In males, there are testes or testicles, the male sex glands that are part of the male reproductive system. In females, gonads, the ovaries or pair of reproductive glands. Testosterone. In human, testosterone plays a key role in the development of male reproductive tissue, such as testes and prostate, as well as promoting secondary sexual characteristics such as increased muscles, bone mass, and the growth, the body hair. Estrogen. Estrogen is also produced fat cells and adrenal gland. At the one of puberty, estrogen plays a role in the development of so-called female secondary sex characteristics, such as breast, wider hips, pubic hair, and arm.
Early adulthood. Start at the age of 19 and end at the age of 29. This is the age they learn to accept responsibilities and develop their physical. Start to finish your study, having a new job, new sets of friends. It is a time the person ready to settle down and begin a family as well as a new life.
Middle adulthood. Age bracket 30 to 60 years old. It refers to the lifespan between early and late adulthood. They aim to develop generativity or desire to expand one's influence and commitment to family, society, and future generations. Their responsibilities are the career, family, and society are starting to grow. At this age, the primary biological physical changes are weight, vision, and hearing. Reproductive capability starts to take place as they approach menopausal period. Middle adulthood is the one who assists or guides the next generation, and people tries to reach and maintain their career.
The last stage of human development is late adulthood that starts from 61 years old and above. It is a time for adjustment to decreasing strength and health, life review, retirement, and adjustment to new social roles. Otherwise, this is a fastest growing age bracket of society and very concerned with health and finances. This stage, they start to question their self-worth. In their mind, they think that they start to become a burden to other people, like in the family or in the society. And also, they start to think the process of death and dying. During this stage, they experience some memory problem or memory loss. Their bodies start to be less efficient, their muscles become weak, and also the vision and hearing are starting to lose, and physical deterioration such as brittle bones and poor coordination.
The study of human growth and development offers a wealth of value for personal and professional growth and understanding. Common benefits include the following. First, to gain a better understanding of one's own life experiences. This can help people personally reach an understanding of what childhood events shape their adulthood. Next, to gain knowledge of how social context impacts development. This knowledge can be invaluable for professionals like teachers as they gain a deeper understanding of their students.
It is necessary to know the 8 stages of development to be aware of the different tasks according to our age that needs to be completed to gain life skills that we can use as we proceed to the next stage. By completing each phase, we can provide lessons learned in the previous stage to those younger than us to those who are currently in the complete phase.